Well, hi everybody. So I'm back here looking at some more of the stuff from the 40th anniversary, and this time we're going to be looking at the DC-3. Alrighty, well here we are on the DC-3, and I do have to say I think Aeroplane Heaven did a really pretty good job with this one. It probably is going to end up being my favorite one from the 40th anniversary planes that we got. Now, just a couple of things to go over here real quick before we take off. Got a couple switches down here. They're going to be for your features, so you can put some chocks and some cones out in front of the plane if you want. You can open up the passenger door or the luggage door. Now if you're flying the cargo variant, that's going to open up the cargo doors for you. Just be aware, if you are flying the cargo variant, you are carrying radioactive material, so please do not crash and kill us all. Alrighty. Now we've got quick start and we've got cold and dark. I'm going to go through cold and dark start for this one. If you want to do quick start, I will let you know where you're going to pick up. Basically for quick start, it's going to be like the last 3 steps for this one that you have to do. I'm not going to do this really in any particular order. We're just going to do the bare minimum of what we have to do to actually get this thing going. So we're going to go ahead and flip the battery on. We'll come over here to the left and the right magnetos for left and the right engine, and we'll flip those to both. We need to turn the fuel tanks on here. We'll need to select a tank. So we'll come down here to the left engine's tank, and we'll want to select this to a tank. Doesn't really matter. We'll come over here to the right. We'll do the same thing for the right engine. Now, as far as the tank selectors go, the mouse wheel does not really work for this, so you're going to have to kind of click. The easiest way is a little bit outside the dial for them to select whichever tank you want. We'll make sure that the mixture here is up rich, pretty close to it. Go ahead and put the propeller pitch up. We'll come back up here and we will flip on the fuel pumps. Now, if you're doing quick start, this is where you're going to pick up. You want to go ahead and select the energizer here down to the right engine. You want to flip the mesh starter down. And then we want to come up here to the right primer and flip this switch up. That's going to begin to go ahead and start the engine up for us on the right side. I guess if you were doing this a little bit more accurately to the real world, we would want to open the cowl flaps. But again, there isn't any damage on this thing, so I'm not really going to worry about it. We're just trying to get this thing going right now. So we've got the left engine started, so we're going to come up here to the left, the energizer. We're going to move this up to the left engine. Over here to the mesh starter, we're going to again flip this down. We're going to come over here to the left primer, flip that up, and we'll begin to start up the left engine for us. Alrighty. Well, everything seems like it's pretty much good to go. Again, there isn't any damage, so we don't really have to worry about warming it up or anything like that. You want to turn the fuel pumps off because they are annoying. Release the parking brake here. We're going to go ahead and taxi out to the runway. Now, it does take a little bit to kind of get this thing to initially roll, but once that's done, it's pretty easy to control here on the ground. It does not turn hardly at all. So if you have to make a sharp turn, you're probably going to have to, put one brake on and rotate it. Either way, we're going to go ahead and head out here. Now, I will say that as far as Aeroplane Heaven goes, this is the best sounding plane that I have for them for Microsoft Flight Simulator, so I kind of hope they go back and make the P-51 they made sound a little bit better, because I do really like their P-51. It just doesn't sound that good. Alrighty. Now there are maybe a couple of things to be aware of here. First of all, the cowl flaps, for whatever reason, the shortcut that I normally use for cowl flaps does not work for those things. The second thing is that I did not actually really realize until just now that I didn't test out the supercharger, so I don't really know if they work. But you can move them if you want, so who knows. Alrighty. I haven't really actually flown the plane in a situation where I'd need them. I've been pretty much staying around about 5,000 feet in this thing. So we're going to go ahead and get the throttle up. The only thing to really be aware about on this thing is that it really likes to kind of just pop off the runway here at about 65 miles an hour. Go ahead and throttle up here. Really need knee flaps. Might make it a little bit easier. At least I don't have to worry about those bears. Let's put the gear up. We're doing about 80 miles an hour right now. Well, overall, it's a pretty fun little plane to go fly. But I shouldn't say little, it's not very small. It's not very big, but it does have kind of a heavy feel to it. It actually has a surprisingly okay stall. And again, I'm pretty sure the DC-3 is not hydraulically assisted in your controls. So if you do manage to get yourself into a stall and you build up too much speed, you're probably not going to get out of it. Go ahead and put the flaps and gear down here once we get a little bit below 120. There are a bunch of warnings around the cockpit about various speeds at which you should not put these things down at. But it doesn't seem to really matter. It does not break the plane if you do. But if you want to stick to more accurate flight, I guess that's probably how you're going to have to do it. But here, I do have a bit of a crosswind at this runway right now, so hopefully, considering it didn't affect me that much on takeoff, it won't do that much to me on landing here. We're doing about 100 miles an hour right now. I actually prefer to be a little bit slower than this, but it is what it is. I do also recommend that a wheeled landing for this one, when the tail wheel comes down, it does get a little squirrely. I think we're okay. Alright. Well, probably not the best explanation how to land this thing, but it is certainly a lot of fun. Alrighty. Well, that's pretty much going to be it for this, so thanks for watching, everybody, and I hope I'll see you all next time.